storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
What is up, Storm Chasers? Today I have an exclusive for you regarding the IG Christian or supposed Christian entrepreneurs Dana Chanel and Prince Donnell. We all know that those are not their actual names. So Donnell Morris and what is that girl's name? Cassandra Oliveira. Okay, and so you see them all over IG. Don owes Jumpin' Jack Tax.
Under Jumpin' Jack Tax, and as you know, I'm very big into building need-based businesses, helping you find a skill, find a need, right? Because of course, skills are the most valuable thing in the world today, and they will continue to be over the course of the next 50 years. And by you having a skill, you're able to service your community, generate revenue, pass down generational wealth to your family. With that said, many of y'all know I have a tax business, had it for about 3 to 4 years, and I just created a 12-week program that's going to teach you from start to finish how to learn the need, how to learn the skill of tax preparation so that you can put that to work, because everybody needs their taxes done.
He owns some credit businesses, and then Dana Chanel, otherwise known as Cassie, owns Sprinkle of Jesus, Curl Bible, Alakazam apps, a whole bunch of different businesses. And so today we have somebody who has allegedly been scammed by this couple here. We're going to get into the details of it, and I'm going to leave it to my audience, you, to decide who do you believe. So Anonymous, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks.
Now tell us how you actually came into contact with Dana Chanel.
Okay. All right. So basically, the company, as some of you guys know, is JJT, Jumpin' Jack Taxes. So basically what happened is my friend and I, we wanted to, start a business or whatever, how. Because basically what happened before that even is we met them through social media. So we were looking at their Instagrams and we were like, oh, wow, they're a Black couple. They're young, like they're our age. They're in their 20s and they retired their parents. They also have Dana also has a YouTube channel as well. So you're watching that. And then we're like, okay, let's just start our company with them because they're legit, they're Black, whatever. So let's do it.
So you were trying to be on some Black empowerment type of stuff.
Yeah, because she was like how she was just she was 20, whatever, and she already was a millionaire. And we're like, okay, well, we don't really know anyone else here in the States who's doing that. So let's try and be with her. And the thing about her is she's like, some people call her a celebrity. I have a hard time calling her a celebrity, but I will say that she is an influencer. So she's someone who's famous, but someone who...
Yeah, she's definitely a social media influencer, yeah.
Yeah, she's someone who's famous, but she's not someone who's so far removed. Right. You can actually see her, you could talk to her, you could see her on the streets. So we were like, okay, well, this is probably going to be our big break. So we kind of got sucked into that. And I mean, this was around 2018, 2019. So obviously most of the info that's out now, nobody knew about that, right? So
right. And so let's and just for the audience, so they don't get confused. You were you and your friend were wanting to start a franchise tax business. That's pretty much what Jumpin' Jack's Tax is, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And that was around 2018, 2019. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So basically we reached out to her husband, because at the time her husband was a nobody. We're just being honest. He wasn't really famous like that. So we reached out to him and we had a phone convo with him, and he was like, you know what, you need $1,000 to start, but if you guys don't have that right now, just wait, come to one of our meetings. And we went to one of their meetings and we met them in person. They were really cool. And then after that, they were like, okay, well, it's $5,000 to start, but don't worry about that. If you don't have that, we could do a payment plan with y'all.
Okay. So it went from 1K to 5K.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
And then we were like, oh shoot. But then because it was two of us, we were like, okay, well, it's 5K between both of us. So we could do that. That's 2,500. Like, we could do that.
Right.
So anyway, long story short, like we did that. And then basically, like, as we were signing the contract, I know this now, but at the time I didn't. As we were signing the contract, like, it basically said that you are entitled to get your refund back, but if you want to do that, you have to actually go through a whole like law court procedure type of thing or whatever, right?
So
Like
you
if
have
things
you
don't
so
work
you
out.
would actually have to take them to like a small claims court to get your 5K back if you like felt like you were dissatisfied with their service or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, bet, like whatever, let's do this. Now I will fast forward a little bit, but then I'll go back. So jumping into right now, signing the contract, my friend and I, we both had our real names on there, right?
Right.
We, in the contract, guys, I need you guys to listen. In the contract, her name was Dana Chanel, and his name in the contract is Prince Donnell.
Now, are you tired of being fat as hell? Are you sick of your breasts hitting your lap when you sit down? Are you embarrassed every time you go by and people think you pregnant, but you really not? You just had a big burrito last night. If you were going through them problems, and guess what? I got a solution for you, and your solution is going to be found in NUTRABURST. Now, before you get mad, let me let you know, in addition to using NUTRABURST products, you're going to need a healthy caloric deficit diet. But one of my favorite products that NUTRABURST offers is called Resolution Drops and Life Drops. And I'm telling you, they help me not eat as much because, you know, I'm a cookie monster. I'm a slave to that pata monster. So if you a slave to the pasta and the cookies like me, get you some Resolution and some Life Drops. My link is in the description box below.
Okay, now, but I gotta ask you this, and I don't know if you have the contract in front of you because in legal documents you can use like a stage name you go by if you put PKA next to it. So like right under it, does it have like Prince Donnell, comma PKA, or just Prince Donnell, like that's his first and last name?
I didn't see any abbreviations. I just saw like Prince Donnell and Dina Chanel.
Okay, that's illegal. Okay.
Yeah, and like even with in meeting them and whatever, like they introduce themselves as, oh hi, my name is Dana. Oh hi, my name is Prince Donnell. So we actually thought that that was their real name this whole time. So we were just kind of like, what? But yeah,
Wow. And see,
because
you
they
know
don't.
what?
Yeah,
When I hear, see, this is how I know. This is how I'm really assuming she's like a scammer for real. Because why wouldn't you want to go by your name, Cassandra? That's a perfectly professional, acceptable
that's a
name.
pretty name.
That's a really pretty name. So I'm like, but then even when I saw her on IG, way before I even started, you know, talking to people, you know, that got scammed. I thought maybe her first and middle name was. I thought like her first name was Dana, her middle name was Chanel.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. But okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so it's like even when we met her, we talked to her, like she introduced herself as Dana. So everyone was under the impression that, oh, like that's her actual name, like she's the CEO, like that's her actual business and everything. And honestly, like right now, did we get scammed? I guess so. Like in terms of the contract, yes. In terms of money, I would say so as well a little bit because JJT, their whole recruiting thing is that you're going to make a 5-figure salary like when you sign up.
Okay.
And we've been signing up with them since 2019 and now it's 2020. So the first tax year has officially ended, right?
Right.
And my partner and I, guys, we said that we put 5K to sign up, right? But what they don't tell you is that usually when you start a business, like you have a lot of overhead costs. So yes, you put 5K in to like buy the franchise, but who's going to like pay for the office rent, who's going to
Yes.
pay for employees, who's going
Yes.
to pay for advertising, who's going to pay for you to even like get your business name and a whole bunch of stuff. So technically we put in like about, between her and I, we put in about 10K. So I put in about 5K and she put in about 5K. I will say that we made back like maybe 6K, but that's way different from the 5-figure salary that they were talking about.
Yeah, they kind of and see, and like I said, I haven't seen a contract for myself, but it is really it's highly unethical for them to even promise you guys something like a 5-figure return on investment or 6-figure or whatever. You can't make promises on something like that because we never really know how business is going to go, and so
Yeah.
that's highly unethical of them. Um, wow, they're really selling people a pipe dream. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you even have some people who signed up. Like, I'm talking about, like, me and my friend, we're young. Like, we're 22, 23. Like, we could bounce back. But we have some people who are, like, their 40s, 50s. Like, they're putting their life savings into this. Like, they're renting out these huge offices. Storm, you're in Atlanta, right?
Right.
Atlanta is, like, one of their hot spots because it's, like, that's where, like, the Black people, the huge Black community is, right? So it's, like, it's just kind of sad to know how some people are suffering in silence, but obviously for certain reasons people don't want to come out and say it, but like, trust me, the only people who made 6 figures from that company is her and her husband. Like, everyone else either made 4 figures, about a handful of people made 5 figures, but when you look at the percentages, it's like not a lot of people made 5 figures. Like, a handful of people made 5 figures, and they definitely made 6 figures, because you know how it works. It's, think about it, like, they got 5K from my friend and I, right?
Right. Let me get
They
my
have,
calculator while you
no,
saying
no,
that.
you need your calculator, because we're gonna do some calculations for the
Okay.
non-believers. Okay, 5K, right? They have 500 partners. Can you do the multiplication for us?
That's
So
already that's
5,000
2.5
times
million right
500.
there.
What? They just
That,
made 2.5 mil just from like recruiting people. Think about it. So obviously, even aside from all that, they probably made 3 million just from their end of it. But like, how about everybody else? You know what I'm saying?
and now
Like, do you get that?
and it's crazy because that's a wow, that's a hell of a scam, and that's a quick hustle for them. But okay, so now I have to ask questions for the naysayers. Okay,
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
um, what steps did you take to try to make your business as profitable as you could on your own?
On my own? Okay. So we have our own, like, our own Instagram. We did our own outreaches in our areas. I'm gonna admit that we didn't do too much because we were just starting out,
Okay.
but we kind of thought that the whole name of being attached with the partnership would definitely help out with that. But I will say this, we have started our own company now, and we've made more doing that than we have from the whole JJT thing, which is why, even though we're pissed, like, we found a way to make it without them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lesson to be learned, and you guys will be better off in the long run. The sad thing is, for some people they're giving their last. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I'm so sad about. Like, I
wow.
just, you don't
Okay.
understand, yo. Like, some people really thought that, okay, I'm gonna put this 5K in, but I'll at least get like 30K. So I'll be cool, like, I'll be good. But no one's talking about the debt that they're in right now. And especially during this time, like, it's crazy, man.
Let me
It's
ask
over.
you this. Is it possible, since that you're technically would be a franchisee of JJT, is it possible for you to like run that business from like your home office or your basement or something? Did you have to go get a physical location?
You actually don't have to get a physical location.
Okay.
I would say some people prefer, like especially older people do prefer it, but to be honest, you don't need a physical location at all.
Okay. Okay. I was just wondering because I'm like, I know definitely some people just do that stuff like right outside of their house, but I understand for like anybody like 40 and up, they're like, hell no, I need to see you face to face while you're doing my taxes. So I get that. I get that. So started the business in 2019. You haven't really seen that much of a return on profit. You feel like you did not get what you were promised. As well
Exactly.
as you have a contract with them that is probably not even legally binding and may have been illegal for them to sign using a fake identity. That's a whole nother issue. Have you either tried or been able to get in contact with any customer service or Prince Donnell or Dana Chanel like in person? Have you heard anything?
So the thing about Prince Donnell especially is when you try to contact this guy, like every time you try to talk to him, he'll always bring up like, oh, well, other people they say that they're doing fine. So is there something that we could work on your end to try to make sure that you're, can we try to see what the problem is? Because like other people are doing fine. So I'm kind of confused as how this is not working because this model has worked for everyone else. So I think that basically the whole thing is it's kind of like a runaround thing. Like
Yes.
it's like, are you sure it's me or is it you? Like, are you sure it's not you? Are you sure it's something that you're not doing right? Like, can we do a different strategy? And it's like, honestly, after doing that for a while, it's like, I don't even want to talk to them anymore, kind of thing.
Mm. I get that. Is because here's the thing, in order to be a good salesperson, you have to know a lot about psychology. Um, I mean, even if you study, I hate to say this, even if you study like pimps, you would be
Oh,
a
yeah.
really good salesperson. And so I could imagine, hell, he's connected to scammers allegedly, and so he know how to. e- Anybody who always has an answer to something, they're probably lying somewhere.
Yeah.
So because I've even met people, and I know certain people, and you're like, damn, you don't like. I can ask you something, and you don't even take a breath. It's always the answer. It's just like, no, you're lying about something there.
You
So
should go to politics because he definitely will give some people hope.
wow, okay, wow. Have you been able to connect with anybody else in the Jumping Jacks Tax franchisee family that has
Um,
done the same thing?
yes, I have. And Um, most people, the thing is, they're just kind of upset and they're really sad because they feel like they don't know
Hmm.
who to talk to about it. And because okay, there's if you guys go to the Dana Chanel scam page on IG, you'll see that there's a group that we're in. So there's like a group chat, and that atmosphere feels like a cult atmosphere because it feels like everyone else in there, like they're kissing up to the CEOs. And because it's also like heavily monitored, it's like you can't really talk to someone without being afraid that someone else is gonna go behind your back and tell them about it, kind of thing. So
Oh.
do you get what I'm saying? It's like,
Okay. You're saying like I don't want to say something to the wrong person, and then they go back and tell Prince and Dana that I'm, you know,
yeah,
basically saying that their business is shit. So okay, so you're technically still under contract with them. What's the terms of the contract? Like when does it end?
I have absolutely no idea. But I will say that if you do want to end the contract, all you have to do is tell them that you're not in it anymore. And you could still use someone else's software under their name if you choose to.
Gotcha. So they provide you the
Because you're
software
not
to
like you are
taxes.
franchised, but their franchise, like basically their franchise mostly covers the actual software that you use. It doesn't really cover anything else. Like
Oh,
they'll kick you off of the app and everything.
right.
Like they have an actual JJT app. Like they'll kick you off the app and everything, but your business name is still your LLC, so you can still go ahead and do things outside of that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because actually, I almost used them to do my taxes this year, but I didn't because when I found somebody on the app, I just, number one, his email was misspelled, and so that threw me off. And then even when I texted the guy, his English was, he was black. He looked to be American black, you know, not foreign or anything, but it was just like he didn't know how to use like two, and two, and you, and your, and I was just like, you're not doing
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's mostly like a money. It's obviously is a money thing. Like every business isn't it to make money, but for them, like they're mostly concerned with like you can't even go global. Like you can't even go on the platform without paying your full 5K balance.
Mm,
Like you can't really take off until you pay that. You know
gotcha,
what I mean?
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, okay. Um, as far as retaliation from Prince Donnell and Dana Chanel, have you heard of them actually going after people that tried to speak out against them?
Not at all. And I will say this, I think I don't know. I think it, especially with Black Christians, like there's always a way of taking things out of people. Like anytime something like that comes up, their first response is um, something to do with either the devil or something to do with it's like they'll just say things like, okay, well, they'll there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people out there who don't believe in our purpose and our dream. And if God called us to do this, who's anyone to say that we're doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. So it's just like they don't personally say anything about that, but they always try to go around it. Like they try to give around again in
Okay.
explaining it. And it's just kind of like, okay, well, did you scam people or not? Like, why are people saying that their money's missing? And they'll just be like, oh, well, allegations are always going to be there. But, God called us to be leaders. And when you're a leader, things always happen. People get jealous, blah, blah, blah. It's just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Like, they
kind of
never
going
give
to,
a
it's kind
direct
of
answer.
that right there is how you know something is up because I was just on Dana Chanel's page and okay. Oh, sorry, that was my fault. I was just on Dana Chanel's page and instead of her, which actually, you know what? She actually should not address it because she's probably going to be in litigation here pretty soon. So she probably shouldn't. But I would rather you not say nothing at all. Like with other businesses, they go on business as usual versus you saying, she actually just said the other day, the devil's after us. Pride comes before the
Yeah.
fall. Like it was like, come on, man.
And the thing is, it's like it's not like one or two or three people are saying this. There are hundreds of people from different companies who are saying this. I know
Yeah.
you guys heard. I know we're talking about JJT, but you guys heard about the Alakazam apps thing. Like I was thinking of even starting an app service, but after I kind of heard about this, I was like, you know what? Never mind.
I,
And
I,
even
I
with
seen that
the
too. And let me just tell the people that's watching that don't know Alakazam apps, their whole mission is to give every business a home because if
yeah.
you ain't got an app, your business is homeless. And so, and so what the complaints I've been reading is that they told me I was going to get a customized app and I can't customize it. I can't get in touch with anybody to help me. I have no technical support. You're charging me $250 a month just to service my app. So let's do some more math. $250 a month. Let's just say they have, what do you think? Maybe 10,000 people signed up at least.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another 2.5 million right there.
Yo, I wish I could just get 2.5 million by doing nothing.
But wait, there's more. That would be on a monthly basis because they charge that on a recurring monthly basis. So it's like these people are scheming.
Yeah. And let me tell you guys some other tea that I think the reason why they're doing this, not that it's right, but I think the reason why they're doing this is that I don't think they actually have it like that. Like, mind you, they have $1 million companies, right? But let's just put it in simple terms. If you work a job, right, you make a $50,000 salary. Does that mean you have $50,000 in your bank account?
Nope, it sure
No.
don't.
So if you have $1 million company, you're making $1 million, but you have employees, you have advertising, they have a whole bunch of buildings, okay, that cost rent, like high amounts of rent. So I don't think they have it as much as they want us to think they do, which is why they're so persistent in scamming and they're so persistent in not paying people. Because if
Because
you
they really
really
just
had,
don't
like,
have it.
yeah, they don't have it. Like, they're not Tom Cruise rich, okay? They're not making $15 million just like that.
No.
All right. So, and that probably goes with also their other company, the credit repair company.
Oh
Guys,
God! Well, allegedly, they stole that from his best friend. Allegedly.
they don't even have good credit though.
Well, it's already been exposed that they're still renting. They telling people they bought that house, but it's already been exposed. That house, it's an Asian person that owned that house. So, yeah. But y'all ain't heard it from me. I'm just saying. I think the person name was Hu Sung or Hu Chung Wu, something like that. Yeah. So. Okay. Well, is there anything else? Either a message you want to send out to Don and Dana, or anything else you would like to tell the audience?
To Don and Dana, I don't know what you guys can. I think what you guys could do is just be honest. Just don't try to hide and run. Like, just say something, even if you guys messed up and you guys were wrong. Just, I don't know. I just wish that they were more honest with that type of stuff. And to anyone who's doing business, period, like, please make sure you guys have contracts. Like, there are some people who gave them money and there is no text messages, no papers, nothing. Like, whenever you try to start a business, just please make sure there's something in writing that clearly states that if anything goes wrong, you can easily get your money back. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay. Well, I will say if they smart, they better get their ass up out the country, because when this goes to hell and Dana go to jail, Don gonna turn on her, and then he gonna tell the public he had no idea what his wife was doing. This shit gonna go bad. I'm just saying, you better alakazam alakazoom the fuck out of here.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.